Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions type of video slash review on the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer and Setting Powders, as well as the James Charles and Morphe palette. I was going to do these in their own separate videos, but the James Charles palette has been out for a while. Pretty much everyone's done their videos on it, so I just decided to throw it in with this one. My Magic Star Concealer and Setting Powder came in the mail today, so I ran outside and got it, and then as soon as my daughter took a nap, I was like, I gotta wash my face, moisturize, and film this video. So here we are. Also, my daughter is still napping upstairs, so if you hear her, I might have to go and grab her like anytime during this video, so she could wake up anytime. I have a hair in my mouth. That's gross. So she might be included. I have her high chair right there so she can like sit by me and watch me do my makeup. She can probably have some snacks too. Also, I'm in a different setting because I film in my room normally, which is also her room. So I'm down here in a living room and it's really echoey. So if you hear noises, that's why. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my skin off camera except for the concealer and powder. I'm not sure how I feel about this foundation. Of course I bought it because everyone loves it, but for me, it doesn't give me a lot of coverage. It's really uneven, and I like that it's like lightweight, but even when I try to build it, it just kind of gets cakey and clings onto dry patches. I do like it mixed with the Maybelline 24 Hour because it kind of like makes that one look more fresh and natural. So I do like that. I'm gonna go grab my daughter. I'll be right back. Onto the Magic Star Concealer. It comes in this box that says Magic Star on it, and then on the end, is this the right way? Nope, it's upside down. It's in shade C2. For once, I'm not the lightest shade. I normally am, but the lighter shade, it's for like really fair skin tones with pink undertones, and I just don't have pink, so when I try to use pink toned things, it doesn't really work. So also, I totally forgot a mirror, and I just don't feel like I want to brave a whole flight of stairs again, so I've got my little mirror from my compact here. I know that a little bit of this goes a long way just from swatching it, so I'm not going to put like, that actually kind of does look like a lot, but I'm not going to put as much as I normally would under my eyes. I don't know how fast this dries, so I'm going to just do the eyes first and then go to the rest of my face. This has a lot of coverage. Like, I probably did not need to use as much as I did. I'm blending it over my eye. I normally do that with my concealer anyways to prime my eyes with. But this has like a lot of coverage. It's actually highlighting my face, which is very, very rare. I think this is actually the first concealer that I found that highlights my face. I actually really like this concealer. For reference, if you have skin like me, or if you have the same preferences in concealers, ones that I like, I love the Tarte Shape Tape. I love the NARS Creamy Concealer. I don't like the Rainforest of the Sea. I don't like, I don't like the Born This Way. That one's just too, wow, this is really highlighting me, which is shaking me to my core. I like those kinds of concealers, but I don't like the ones that are like water-based, like the Born This Way or the Rainforest of the Sea. Those kinds of things, because I like full coverage and I like it to be matte because it always wears off of me. My sister has rather dry skin, and I think she would actually probably like this, but it might be a little bit too heavy for her because she likes the lighter weight concealers. But it's not like super heavy by any means, like it's not cakey, but it is like a pretty thick consistency. I am shaken that I'm actually lifted and highlighted. That never happens with concealers. Oh my god. Also, this is huge. I didn't expect this to be this freaking massive, but it is. And this is like really large too. I don't know what to compare it to, but it's like, it looked so small, like online and stuff like that. I'm not mad at it. I think it's freaking awesome. I love the custom packaging that he did. I think that it really sets it apart aside from the formula. Like, the formula kicks ass. I kind of knew that it would, but like, hopefully it lasts, because that's like the determining factor. But just like the fact that he did like this metal star, which is like, you could probably use it as a weapon. And I like that the lid comes off like to here, and that it's not like this pink part that comes up, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I really like this. It's really different from his other packaging that he's done, and I think it's marvelous. Okay, moving on, I have the translucent setting powder. Thought I'd go safe and do the translucent. Where is my brush? Okay, so I forgot my powder brush, so I'm gonna smooth this out. Okay, so I don't have my normal powder brush for under the eyes. I have this JS3 brush from the Morphe and Jeffree Star brush collaboration. I really like Jeffree Star's products, if you can't tell. I also really like Morphe, if you can't tell. But I normally use kind of like this kind of a shape of brush under my eyes. This one's a little bit too big, and this one I actually use for bronzer, so I'm not gonna use that because it has bronzer on it. But I'm gonna use this for setting under my eyes today, and then normally for the rest of my face, I actually use like a sponge. I can actually use a sponge for both. Maybe I'll do one eye with a sponge and one eye with a brush. Let's do that. That also just totally went into my drink. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to dust that off. It's getting in my mouth. It doesn't taste like cotton candy, for any of those who are wondering, but it does smell like cotton candy. But it's very, very faint because I cannot stand scented products. If they're like super heavily scented, it gives me a migraine. Like, I get migraines triggered that way all the time. I just cannot deal with it. I'm putting it in the crease of my nose right here because that's where I crease like very first. But yeah, I get migraines super easily. I'm very, very sensitive to scent. But this isn't overpowering. It is actually quite delightful, and I'm not smelling it while it's on my face, only like when I'm first applying it, if that makes sense. But as it's on my face, I don't feel it. Feel it? Smell it. I 100% like it much better with the sponge. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, it kind of took up some of the, coverage right here with the brush, and then over here, it's just, I have like a zit right here that I cannot get covered, so ignore that. I didn't put a ton of concealer there either because I didn't want to like get cakey around here because I have my glasses and it always rubs off. But like here, it's like really smooth and there's no coverage loss, but right here, there's like some coverage that's missing. Luckily right there is around this part that my glasses go, so you're probably not gonna be able to see that throughout the day, but yeah. I think that's the wrong way. You gotta go this way. I'm just gonna pay attention to the setting powder that's on the concealer because the concealer actually looks really good, but my foundation didn't really look good from the get-go, so I don't wanna like say that the powder makes it look bad if it already looked bad. So I am really, really liking where I powdered under my eyes. Again, like it took off a little bit of coverage with a brush, so I would do it with a sponge. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna have to play around with it with a different foundation. I was gonna like wipe all my foundation off and like try a different one, but I couldn't find my other one. So I'm stuck with this one. Hi, who are you saying hi to? No one else is here, maybe it's haunted. I'm gonna do the bronzer, blush, highlight, and brows off camera, and then I will be back to try the palette. Okay, so I moved over a little bit so that she could be in frame because she was kind of going like, you know, trying to look over, see what's going on. But I did my eyebrows, I did my bronzer brush. But yeah, I did my brows. This one ended up kind of wonky. I cleaned up my brows just a little bit. I don't normally do that, but I cleaned them up just a little bit with a Magic Star concealer. Works pretty much the same as every other concealer for cleaning up my brows, so not like super special. Now I'm going to use the James Charles and Morphe palette. I have taken this out of the box and swatched it. I don't know why I keep it in the box. I don't do that with literally any of my makeup. So honestly, I'll probably end up throwing the box away, but that's fine. Okay, so when you get the palette, I'm sure everyone already knows it has the matte black with like the glossy Morphe X James Charles, this little protector over it that says all of the names of the shades. This is the palette itself. What I really like about this palette is the layout of it. Of course, I love the color selection. I haven't tried the formula besides swatching it, so I don't know if I like the formula. But for example, like you could do a ton of different looks with this. Like you could use these 4 here that are set up so you could do a really nice look. Same with these next 4, or you could even blend the 2 and do this middle 4. Same with right here. You know, you can kind of do a look out of all of these, like making them into like little quads. So I really like that. I think that I'm gonna work with these purples right here, and maybe a little bit of the pink, I don't know, but that's what my plan is for now. I'm gonna start out with canvas right here and put that all over my lid kind of as a base for the rest of my eyeshadow. The worst part about doing my makeup every time I do it is that I cannot see because I don't have my glasses on. So sometimes I put my glasses on, I'm like, that kind of looks busted, but it's fine. Next up, I'm going to take like a fluffy blending brush. This one is one that came with the Naked 2 palette. I actually really like the Urban Decay brushes, and I'm going to put it into Pinkity Drinkity, which is this one right here. And I'm going to use this as a transition shade in my crease. Yeah. Who are you talking to? You talking to Mama? See Mama? Okay, next with the JS5 brush right here, I'm going to take, what shade is it? I'm going to take Love That, which is this kind of fuchsia kind of color, and I'm going to put that. That is the wrong way, honey bun. That does not go that way. It goes that way. And I'm going to put that one in my crease also. This blends really well. I'm actually really impressed because pinks and purples are pretty hard to formulate, and reds, those kinds of things, they can get really patchy, really dry, lose pigment really easily. So I'm impressed. Finger guns. You do it? Show everyone. You do finger guns. Oh, she knows how old she. Oh, there she is. Okay, now taking a JS6. I'm going to go into Escape. On this is a JS6, is that what I said? JS6. This one is a little bit harder to blend. Okay, so I all of a sudden just really want to do a cut crease, so I'm going to cut the crease again with the Magic Star Concealer. I think that this is a really good concealer for cutting the crease because, as you can see, it's like, I mean, the brush is like what got it really sharp. However, it's not like transferring when like I open my eyes. It's not transferring, which I love. Now that the crease is cut, I'm going to go in with Single, which is this one right here. It's a purple shade. Obviously, all of these are purple pretty much. So I'm going to apply that all over my lid. I really like that artistry over the single shade. I don't really like it on its own though. It might be pretty with like a softer look, but for the look I was going for today, was not my favorite. Okay, so now instead of liner, I'm going to take Escape, which is that really dark purple here again, and I'm just gonna kind of do like a really quick smoky liner. I'm not gonna do like a huge wing or anything, just a little bit along my line. Okay, there's like quite a bit of fallout, actually a lot of fallout under my eyes, under my eye with this shade. Totally accidentally just flicked up a ton of eyeshadow up here, so there's a little bit of Escape like up here. Other than that, like I think that it's a really pigmented shade. I think it's really pretty. The good news is the fallout is just like wiping right away. There's a little bit that's a little stubborn, but for the most part, it's just going away. I'm just gonna go ahead with my lips. So I have really been loving nude glosses lately. So today I'm gonna put on Mannequin by Jeffree Star. This is a velour liquid lipstick. And then over top of that, I'm gonna put Unripe Cherry from Lime Crime. I've been sick for over a week, so I'm just not looking the best, not feeling the best. My skin sucks. So maybe not the best time to be filming this video, but I did anyways. So again, I was gonna do something with the lower lash line and lashes and stuff, but she's getting restless. I gotta go play with her. Maybe we'll watch My Little Pony or something. I don't know. But this is my final look with the James Charles Morphe palette, as well as the Jeffree Star Magic Star concealer and setting powder. Just to round up my thoughts, I haven't used all the shades in the James Charles palette, obviously. I really liked the ones that I tried. There was that purple shade, the metallic, that was kind of lackluster on its own, even though it swatched decently. When I put it on, it just was not the best, but when I applied it with my finger over top of the lighter purple, it looked really nice, so I just kind of scrapped the cut crease and just put it over the purple just for the sake of that shade looking okay. And then the dark purple, it's very pigmented and it blends pretty well. It is a little bit dry and it has quite a bit of fallout, but it's nothing that's like makes me say that the palette isn't worth it. I've swatched all of the shades and I think that they're really, really pretty. I think that you can do a million different looks with it. I think that, of course, that's what the palette was intended to do. Yeah, I think that it has really unique shades. I love the way that the pans are set up. They're set up so that they're kind of in an organization of a way that you could use those colors already. So I think that's really awesome. And then the concealer and setting powder, I love the concealer so far. I don't know how it wears, but hey, can you shush for a minute? Shush, shush, shush. I love the concealer. It actually brightens my face. It's full coverage. When you blend it, it does not lose any coverage. A little bit goes a long way. Packaging is amazing. It's beautiful. It's very, very smoothing. I like it. The powder, I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet because when I set the concealer, it looks really, really nice with a sponge. With the brush, it picks up a little bit of the coverage. I don't know if that's the brush, if it's the foundation under. I don't know what it is, but it picked up the coverage a little bit. But the powder is very, very smoothing. The smell is not overpowering. Again, my foundation just kind of is a mess today because I don't really like that foundation I'm coming to discover. And also, again, I've been sick, so my skin is just dry / breaking out. So it's been a rough time. But I think that overall, everything was really, really great. I'm excited to play with it some more and see, like I think that I really, really, really like the concealer. I think I like the powder for at least under the eyes. And then the eye palette I think is really, really great so far. It's not, I think that you can use it for a million different things and it's worth the price. So there are my thoughts on the James Charles Morphe palette and the Jeffree Star Magic Star concealer and setting powder. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe for my little sweet daughter over here, who's probably pooping right now. I put out videos on Saturdays. I don't have a specific time on Saturdays, just Saturdays. So subscribe and you'll see videos of mine. I also have Twitter and my Instagram and my blog. Those are always linked in the description down below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!